Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are building a log cabin which is out here in Brindleton Bay in one of the more secluded small lots that's like near the beachfront, but in the wooded bit, which I thought would be perfect for a log cabin. So we're starting off with our foundation and building up some fencing and stuff. It is what could be classed to some people as a small home, but in game it is not a small home because it goes well above the 100 tiles, but it is basically a small house, and we'll see a little bit more of that when we get into actually doing the furnishing and stuff, because it's a very tight little build. We have our bedrooms upstairs in the loft area, which is what we've got here, and we've got some interesting roofing as well for this build to make it a little bit different and completely different style to what we did last week as well, which is always fun. So I have some live news that's gonna affect how many videos I can make for this channel, which is sad but also exciting as well, because I will be full-time Monday to Friday now for the foreseeable future, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is graphic design, but I still have my weekends free to do builds and stuff, so I at least want to get one video out a week, because I love making things in The Sims, and it is a fun thing to do, and hopefully I can continue it as long as possible. There might be the odd week when I don't put anything out, but I wanna try at least get one, and either like a build one or a speed build. There's more time and stuff like that, so definitely keeping the builds going, hopefully. And yeah, we'll have to see where things go and how things progress, because I have no clue whatsoever what is going to happen in the next bit. But yeah, it's exciting and confusing, but we will get somewhere at least. And now we have put all our going right back to the build. We have put our timber frames across. We're losing a lot of season stuff in this house build, and matching it with the Discover University windows, which match perfectly to the little image that I was using. And I was trying to find a door because I wanted one that fit like perfectly in the two tiles, and there's no colour that matches, which is so annoying. And it's always the way in The Sims. There's always one colour, so we have to go for a darker colour, which doesn't matter too much because we're using like porches and stuff for the front and the back, so you can't really see like that it's a different, well, you can't see it's a different colour, but it's not so noticeable that it's a different colour. So we have popped another a bigger porch on the back, because I thought it'd be nice for people to sit out the back. And we're also going to make a little shed as well, and obviously because it's a log cabin, we have to make it look as though we've got some logs actually holding up this building. So we're using the little, I don't know what it's called, but it's the base game thing that looks like a little notch, like a stub of wood. So using that everywhere to add some detail, and some of the little window baskets as well, which are from Discover University, which is perfect to match with our windows. We've got lots of greenery growing up the sides of the walls as well, because it's in the middle of nowhere. This build would also work really nicely in Granite Falls if you have that pack. If you have outdoor retreat, that is be a good little like getaway cabin. A little cabin in the woods. And we're actually going to go do some landscaping before we get into furnishing, because I wanted to make sure that it was like I knew how it was going to set because I was building this before watching the rugby, which I got very annoyed at because they lost and swore a bit. But I wanted to make sure when I came back from watching it that I could finish off the build how I intended to start it. So we're putting in all the plants and getting it really nice and grown up around the front, less so around the back, but we're using some of like the cats and dog trees, and I wanted to use some of the small pine trees as well because it's supposed to be in a wood, so we kind of need some of those sort of vibes going along, and then having some of the smaller trees as well in there, just so we have a few variety. It makes it look as though it's actually in a wooded area. So we jump into our furnishings. So at the front we have our living area, and we have the stairs up to the attic space, and then at the back we have our kitchen, dining room, and then we have a really tiny bathroom which doesn't have a sink in it because I didn't want to do like the hacky stuff that people do for tiny homes where they put like the shower over the sink and smudge it all together. I wanted just something that looks nice-ish anyway. So the furnishing in here, we're doing like a mix of like more traditional stuff with like some of the stuff from Tiny Living, because I think if you pick the right colours and team it with the right sort of furniture, it kind of looks really old anyway. So we're going for like a little bit of mid-century, a little bit of like log cabin-y vibes, lots of little trinkets about. We've got like a duck on top of the TV, we've got the porcelain pig, we've got the hen with the eggs and stuff, and then we have like an old like planter holder and some plants and stuff. I do try and get a lot of greenery and stuff in here as well because it's in nature, so we need to get some sort of greenery. And I also be trying to put loads of stuff on the walls, which we don't have that much wall space, so it's quite challenging to put stuff on the actual walls, and also getting stuff out for later on as well for when we do the outside. But under these stairs they kind of use it as like a storage space, and we have the bookshelf there as well. Use the big one from the like half height one from Discover University, which would fit in really nicely underneath there, because I was going to use the one from Tiny Living, but I was like, it just looks strange in this type of build. Didn't go at all, but that one fitted perfectly under the stairs. And then we've got this nice old desk as well, and using a lot of stuff from cats and dogs in this build, kind of making it look as though it's like a little bit dated, a little bit old, and they always come with some really good like aged stuff that's worn and kind of has some nice interest and textures and stuff on it. So we've got our desk with our like Windows 95 computer on there, which I thought was quite funny because it's not supposed to be the best up-to-date place. So that's in front of the bathroom, and I thought it'd keep it nice and like so you can get to the bathroom and stuff at the back. And I didn't realise they've actually added extra slots on that desk, so you can actually put stuff on top of the books, which was very interesting for me because I was like, what can actually fit on top of this now? I put the gas lamp because I thought that was quite funny, just balancing on the top of the books, because if that fell, especially if we got a paper, like the box of papers below, that would cause a major fire and many Sims would die. And I was debating what we were going to put in the bathroom, so I've gone for the Discover University shower because I thought that was quite old, but obviously there's no room to put like the bath in, and the Strangerville one was like way too decrepit for what this build is. It's not falling apart. We have standards, but I think that one worked nicely. And then we have our little kitchen area, which is like this tiny little galley kitchen that we have here. We've got the what they called. It's not a furnace because that's Minecraft. Oh, I can't remember what they're called now. An auger. We have an auger in here. There we go. Use my brain. I'm gonna have to start using it a bit more. Pray for me and the use of my brain. So we got an Arga, so you can use off the grid as well if you wanted to, but off the grid always annoys me a bit after playing with it. So we got a tiny little kitchen. I used the little corner space as like a very cluttered area of different stuff, because you have to have some like little bits in in the kitchen to make it look as though your Sims actually live in it, and it gives us enough room to chop up on the end one as well. And then we've got a big rustic dining table and the different coloured chairs as well. So it's looks like it's all handmade, especially if we're going to put a woodworking table at the back. You could go and make your own stuff. I was actually doing a little castaway thing over the weekend because I was feeling like really like I'm gonna have to do stuff. So I was playing The Sims on Sunday and just making this guy who lives in a micro home on the beach in Solani, and all he does is like garden and has his bees, and he gardens, he has bees, he has flower arranging table, and he has a woodworking table, and we have a selling table at the front. So I was doing little sellings and making stuff and like trying to dodge doing fishing and cow plant and stuff like that, and it was nice and relaxing, and it chilled me out a bit. So that was good. The Sims is always good for just being chill. So upstairs we have a master bedroom, which kind of has a mishmash of different furniture styles in here. So we've got a few older bits, we've got like an old like poster bed, and then we've kind of got a nice funky chest of drawers in there as well, just to add some spice. And then on the other side we have a kids bedroom, so technically it's like a three sim house, which is pretty good for the size this size of build, especially as most of the Sims will actually have some space. But there's not too much stuff in the bedroom. I kind of put most of the detail on the dresser, because there's no side tables or anything, because you need the Sims to be able to fit, and we just have a rug. I think I put a little comfy seat on the end of the bed as well, just so they can like sit and like do stuff, get ready, put your clothes on there. If you're messy and a bit like I was until I've tidied everything in my entire life. And we have our kids' bedroom, which is quite hard to furnish a bedroom that's like really long, but we're going for a nice yellow theme. There's not too much stuff in here. I just kind of made sure that there was like enough toys, using the little fabric poof for like pretending it's a seat, but they like put their toys on and use it as like a plaything, which I imagine most kids do that anyway. We've got some nice curtains up and a few bits and bobs on the wall. Going for a very strong yellow theme in here, because they've got some beautiful yellow wallpaper that's very dated, and we've got a few mishmash of different like age-related things. You can't really tell how old that child is, but they are definitely a child. So outside we are making our woodworking space. So I'm using a little trick that people have been doing with the tiny homes, which is like not having the walls on the fourth side of the building, so you don't have to take up any wall space, and really making it as though they've kind of constructed it themselves and putting little beams in and stuff, and all different, like trying to make it as detailed as possible. Obviously I had to try and like pop a roof on here, and it was like, no, there's no room to put a roof, so I had to build some walls and then obviously delete them again. So we have our little space, and it looks quite cute as a little shed. I need to do some more sheds and stuff in back gardens, because sheds are pretty amazing, especially as you've got like a little dedicated area for everything, and it's not just like plunked on the balcony and stuff like that, so your Sims can have to actually use the garden. Also create a little gardening area next to the shed, because I thought that would be most appropriate. And do you go into the debug menu and actually get out some of like the broken shelves and the plants and stuff, and we kind of make it look as though it's like really nature is reclaiming the garden a little bit in that section. But we're trying to find some like woodworking like stuff. We've got the little bird house, and we've got the little wagon table as well, kind of making it look as though the Sims who live here are like decorating their house, their outside with the stuff that they've made. Obviously putting a path in as well, because they have to look as though they walk somewhere, and then getting in our garden and stuff. I decided to go with some of the more rustic looking stuff, because I think you can like make your own like planters and stuff. I'm sure you can in the woodworking table, so you could always make some more and like replace them. We got little bees as well, and I was tempted to put the new hot tub in that we got for the birthday gift, which really is a little like 5 years too late for having a hot tub, because the Sims like came with hot tubs in like Sims 1, and the best hot tub, like hands down, is the hot tub, which it was the best one because it was heart shaped, and you just hot tub woohooed all the time. And it was the best way to get people's relationships up. I just remembered that this video is going to go out on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to whomever you love. And no one here is judging you. And it's nearly, that means it's like only 2 weeks away from new Drag Race as well. Whee! I wonder who's gonna annoy me on this one, because the last one was interesting. There was definitely two camps of people. One person who liked one, and then one person who hated that one and liked the other one, and it was very fun to decide which. But this is the American one, so I need to go get myself Netflix, because I will actually have money now instead of being poor. So I can actually afford to buy my own Netflix. Wee! Now, as I've been rambling on about Drag Race that doesn't start for 2 weeks, we are putting in the debug stuff. So we're making a little broken fence. This like long bush was really good as like a little breaker between everything, and like popping it in so it looks as though it's like grown and broken the fence, which is always quite fun. And then seeing if we've got any other extra items, like the little parasol that you can pop through any of the outdoor tables. I put some like brooms and rakes and sort of stuff about, and the little plant hoover from Seasons as well. And we've got a wheelbarrow as well, just to add some extra little details about the place. We've also got laundry and stuff as well. We've just got the laundry tub, so you have to do your own laundry. And then I wanted one of the Discover University like green things going up the wall, and I was trying to get it to like sit properly, but because it was going off the top, which was slightly annoying, but it'll have to do. And then putting some like dirty clothes and a little jug as well about the place, and then putting some plants in. Obviously they will only grow when it's the right season, which is a little bit annoying, but it is a little house. So there we are. We will jump into the screenshots and get a little closer look into everything, especially the upstairs, because we've not really seen that. And I hope you enjoyed this build. Hopefully there will be more builds on this channel. I plan to. I just hope that I have the time. Next week might be a bit of an issue because I want to go somewhere at the weekend, but I will definitely be still uploading stuff, so I will hope to see you in the next ones. Bye!